It appears Pinwheel has planted a bomb in you.
Yes. Can you remove it?
I don't think it can be removed. Your entire system appears to be suffused with it. This is the detonator.
It's still active.
Not necessarily. There. The detonation clock in your field of vision will gradually run its course to 0 and stop. On the other hand...
No!
Oh, yes.
Make it stop!
What's it worth?
Anything, just make it stop!
I know you have a partner.
A cyborg.
Tell me where he is, and I guarantee safe passage out of the country.
All right.
If you have no clue what you're listening to, then why are you listening? This is the Jean-Pod Van Damme cast. What were you expecting? Some NPR piece? No. If you want some of that stuff, go on podbros.com. I'm sure there's shows out there that are like it. Actually, I know that there are. This is a serious show, though. We don't want any political commentary in our films.
We shun it.
Absolutely shun it. We want good old American movies made elsewhere, not in America, to review.
By non-American directors.
Yep, by non-American writers, and in most cases, non-American actors, too.
Yes.
So anyway, if you are in this late stage of the Jean-Pod Van Damme cast, we are already done with Van Damme's films. We are waiting for these new ones that come out. And you can listen back at that catalog. I'm really proud that we got through that as fast as we did.
The whole damn thing.
Yeah, man.
That's with 2 M's.
2 M's and an E.
Yes.
And this time around, we are looking at all the sequels of the Van Damme films, and we just finished our No Retreat, No Surrender series. We will be doing the Bloodsport series soon, but there was one that we really wanted to get into, and that's the Cyborg sequels. And today we are taking on Cyborg 2, a.k.a. Cyborg 2 Glass Shadow. This 1993 rated R, hour and 39-minute action sci-fi thriller. It's the year 2074. The Pinwheel Corporation creates an almost human cyborg, Casella Reese, a.k.a. Cash, designed specifically to charm seduce her way into a rival manufacturer's headquarters and then self-detonate. Things go awry when she starts to have feelings for a human, Colton Ricks, a.k.a. Colt 45, who works for Pinwheel as a martial arts instructor. He falls for Cash as well, and with the help of Mercy, they escape. Pinwheel Corporation sends Danny Bench, a cyborg tracker, after Colt and Cash. Violence ensues, and Billy D. Williams is nowhere to be seen. So, in this are a lot of familiar faces.
Yes.
We have Elias Codius playing Colton Colt Ricks. You might know him as in the Thin Red Line as Captain Staros, Shooter as Jack Payne, The Prophecy as Thomas Daggett. He's been in a lot of other stuff too, because those aren't the ones that I know him from.
Yeah, I didn't remember him from The Prophecy.
Yeah,
it's an excellent movie too.
Yeah, man, that's a good one.
I love that. Should throw that one in our 31 Days of Halloween.
Yeah, there's a little sneak preview. I think we've been dropping hints at that. You know, more to come. So just keep your eyes out for that. You know what's also we've been dropping sneak peek hints at as well?
That?
Patreon.com/podbros, the Jean-Pod Van Damme cast here, where we have a super secret episode that you guys will absolutely love. Let me tell you, it's not just an hour-long episode. It's not 30 minutes. No, this is an extended director's cut episode. You are going to love it.
It's
amazing. I'll just say that. Everyone who's listened to it so far has said positive things about it. You can get it for an easy $1 on Patreon. That supports us. We did this because we love it and we love giving back to you, and that's our thank you. Something a little bit different than just saying, hey, here's a shout out.
Yeah.
You'll enjoy it.
They love that. Oh, you get a shout out to your Thanks.
Oh, hey,
thanks.
Thanks for shouting me out. It works on YouTube. It just doesn't really work so much on podcasts.
No.
People usually are just like, I can hear my mom say my name. Thanks. My mom shouts my name all the time.
It's true.
Knock it off down there. You're slowing the internets down.
Well, it's a dial-up connection. And
Yep. The Last Day on Mars, Charles Brunel. A very Harold and Kumar 3D Christmas, Sergei Katsov. I like that little, I kind of threw that accidental commercial in right in between going through his Colts, his filmography there. And I mean, I kind of apologize on that, but if you go to Amazon using our link, there won't be any apologies needed.
That's
because
right.
It's not going to cost you anything extra. And you help us out. Just go to podbros.com, scroll down, just like I'm scrolling through this filmography list. Hit that button.
Flawless
It's right
segue.
That was so good. I would give it 5 stars. Like I would give 5 stars to the Jean Pod Van Damme cast on my favorite podcatcher app.
Superb.
Oh man. Oh dude, this is only for me. Lights Out, a 2011 TV series. He was Clay Tarpin. Lights Out was basically like 7 or 8 episodes. It was an FX series about a boxer who has pugilistic dementia. Just getting the onset, it's starting in his life. Really good. The dude who played Lights in it was
His name was Lights?
that's his nickname. Patrick Lights Leary. Holt McCallany. He's been in a ton of stuff. He was in The Losers' His Weight. He was the mechanic in Fight Club. He was actually in the Justice League in the beginning when Batman takes out the bad guy on the roof.
No kidding.
Yeah, that was him. He's done a lot of stuff too. Yeah, but sorry, Shutter Island, latest. He's been in a lot of stuff. He's got a familiar face. If you don't know this actor, you're going to be like, I know him, but I don't know his name.
You're going to say that about the vast majority of the cast of this film.
Yeah,
too.
pretty much so. Because then there's Angelina Jolie, who plays Cash.
You may have heard of her.
You might know her. She's a little. I don't know. I don't know if too many people know who she is. Do I really need to talk about her filmography? I don't think
she was in
so.
Cyborg too.
She was in Cyborg
Her
too.
crowning
That's pretty much it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all I really know about.
Jack Palance plays Mercy, and if you that dude.
Oh yeah.
So many films. City Slickers, Curly, Batman,
Ripley's Believe It or Not, the original.
Carl Grissom, Shane as Jack Wilson.
He's one of those, and he's been at it was at it.
Yeah,
God rest his soul.
Yeah,
but even when he was young, he looked like a skeleton man. Like he looked like his skull was trying to leap out of his face.
His body, yep. It was a skeleton that, like, somehow it's like scary stories you tell your kids.
Yeah, scary stories to tell in the dark.
Yeah, with the scarecrow that took the human suit and was drying it out on the roof, like the scariest one of all. Hey, I'll race you back to the house. I don't want a scarecrow taking my skin. That's Jack Palance.
Yep, that is who
he took a dude's skin from a race
and became an actor.
Yep, and became an actor after it. Yeah, he has a lot of film credits to his name. I mean.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, anything your father or grandfather watched, he was probably in.
Yep.
So let's just put it that way.
And he was the best part of it, most likely.
Yep. For the most part, best part. Danny Bench plays Billy Drago. Oh, no,
got it reversed.
Wrong
Yep.
reverse. Billy Drago plays Danny Bench.
He was just an iconic baddie in so many movies.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Like The Untouchables.
Yeah.
He was in like 50 movies with Chuck Norris.
Yeah, I was just going to say, yeah, you might know him all from Chuck Norris films. I'm trying to see. Oh, he was in Children of the Corn Genesis 2011. I didn't know they were still making.
I didn't know he was still acting at
he
that
was
time.
Preacher there. Let's see. Yeah, he still has.
Death Ring. I remember watching him on Death Ring.
Got cast right now, actually. He's got a bunch.
Oh, no
still.
kidding.
Yeah,
he was in a
still
movie
working.
with Roddy Piper.
Oh, which one was that?
I can't remember. It wasn't Hell Comes to Frogtown or They Live.
Man. It was the other one.
Yeah. Yep.
He was in Supernatural for one episode as Doc Benton, for all you Supernatural friends out there. Zombie Hunters as Dr. Frankfurt. I'm reading the stuff that you probably don't know. He was Papa Jupiter in The Hills Have Eyes, the remake.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. Demon Hunter as Asmodeus. I know there's some Demon Hunter fans out there. Charmed as Barbas for 7 episodes. Tremors 4, The Legend Begins as Black Ann Kelly.
Oh, now I have to watch it.
There's a new. Did you see the Tremors trailer? Actually, with Kevin Bacon. First off,
didn't it get canceled or something?
Yeah, supposedly. But they released the trailer anyway, and it looked really cool. Well, but they just released a Tremors movie with the
what's his name?
Reba McEntire's like husband.
Yeah, the gun nut one.
Yeah, the gun nut guy. He's been in all like the Tremors sequels pretty much.
Yeah, he's the only recurring actor really.
Yeah.
Except
and then the Tremors TV show comes out and he's not in it. Yeah. I was like, what the hell, man? It's the only dude that's still going. Oh man, The Circuit. That's one that we might have to, because I think what's his face from No Retreat, No Surrender was in The Circuit as well.
Really?
Yeah, we might have to review that one now. In our should we just kind of drop that bombshell?
Yeah, let's.
So what happens after the sequels? We're doing the 6 Degrees of Van Damme, where where his castmates basically are in other movies with each other, but Van Damme's not there, but they're in it. So like Bolo Young and Dolph Lundgren together, and some of the other ones. I'm very excited for that.
Yes,
that's going to be a little project that I'm looking at.
It'll be a fun one. There's a lot of ones that we've been wanting to review. We're just looking for an excuse.
Yep, exactly, and that's the excuse. Looks like we got to do Nash Bridges because he's in Nash Bridges for an episode too.
Yes,
Nash building bridges cast. Okay, all right. Yeah, look up his filmography.
He's a creepy guy. He's a really good actor. Excellent character actor.
Yes. Karen Shepard played Chen. I think I'm going to stop right there. Mystery Men for stunts. Above the Law, Karen. Basketball for stunts. There you go. Alan Garfield played Martin Dunwood. I'm sorry, go ahead.
We get to review basketball now, though.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, look at the stunts she did there. That's great.
Listen to the ska soundtrack.
This guy, I just want to mention him because he was Rick Young played Bobby Lynn, who was absolute crazy character in this.
Vampire teeth.
In my notes, I didn't like mention too much about him except for just how funny he was. He was just like, ha 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 ha.
What was with his teeth?
What was with his accent?
What was with his everything?
Everything about him. So Cyborg 2 Glass Shadow was directed by Michael Schroeder. Writers are Ron Yanover, Mark Geldman, and others. Okay, and getting into it, it's the year 2074. Planet Earth is caught in the grip of high-powered corporate warfare. Kobayashi Electronics, Japan, and Pinwheel Robotics, USA, struggle to control the software programming and manufacture of cyborgs. Cyborgs have replaced humans in every respect, from the soldier in the field to the prostitute in the brothel. Billions of dollars are at stake, and as usual, the love of money proves to be the root of all evil. We open up with some crazy credits that involve the old school Cyborg playing with Van Damme there.
Uncredited, I'm assuming.
Yeah, totally uncredited. New cyborgs being developed, immediate naked woman, then a bunch of old dudes sitting around a table are watching them have sex between two cyborgs, and then a countdown's going on, and they explode, and they're like, hey, it worked.
It's a new fetish porno.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm surprised that's not, like...
Well, they do have flaming boob fetish porn, so yeah, it seems like a natural progression.
The things you learn from the Jean-Pod Van Damme cast. I had no clue that this was a fetish. But nowadays, anything's a fetish. You know what else is a fetish? If you go on Pod Bros After Dark on patreon.com/podbros, you can hear some of the crazy fetishes that we've talked about.
It's true. We don't kink shame.
Nope, not at all. They're talking about the new Cyborg. You have a great future behind you.
Yeah, the line of the film right there.
Yeah,
that's
man.
So creepy sounding.
Yep. Shows Angelina Jolie fighting some guy they're training while others stand around watching creepily. They take her, and Colt wants to know what they're going to do with her, and they tell him to mind his own business. He's already on thin ice. And we see someone, like, she's in whatever meditative state, what would you call that? She's on standby, I guess.
Stasis, who knows?
And someone's telling her about Van Damme, basically.
Yeah.
Which I thought was funny, which we get more scenes of Van Damme right there.
In the previous, much better movie.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
You're in trouble when you're like referencing the previous film a lot.
Yeah.
And...
Except for the latest Kickboxer.
That's true.
That one actually worked out. But yeah, no, definitely.
That was more of a movie. That movie was a love letter.
It was, dude. Yeah.
Well, this one is like a plagiarized,
like
essay that has like Wikipedia excerpts just cut and paste into it.
Yeah, dude. This is totally like, hey, we still have the rights. We got to make something with this. So the guy is talking to the mouth on the television. Looks like they are trying to get out of there. We don't know who this guy is. All of a sudden, he just appears out of nowhere.
He's talking like a weird street preacher, like a southern preacher.
Yep.
He's great, though.
Dude.
He's the most interesting part of the movie so far.
Yeah, dude, definitely. And you don't know his name yet. He doesn't tell his name until like a half hour into the movie. And he's like, oh, by the way, my name's Mercy. So Cash Jolie, I'll probably go back and forth. Kind of calling Van Damme by Van Damme instead of his character name. I'm probably going to call Jolie the same.
Crazy seeing her so young.
Yeah, man. I think this was her first film.
I believe,
actually.
Her
first or second.
Didn't she say, like, watching she made her want to throw up or something?
Yeah,
like
she says she, like, will not watch this again. She hates it. She hated pretty much everything about it. So she will never watch it again. I didn't think she liked the director. I think... Which is weird because it's Angelina Jolie we're talking about. I think she was upset about the nude scene in it, too, for being so young or whatever.
How young was she?
I think she was young. Like 19 at the time when she did this.
People have had nudity at in movies like younger than that.
I was just going to say, nowadays, try to burn all those films and stuff. Those situations. Colt is talking to an Alexa-type machine, getting info about, I think what he said, what would happen if he broke out. Like, they're like, you basically would die. The television wakes him up. It, like, comes out of the wall. It's like, hey, wakey, baby. He gets going into some underground tunnel. He makes his way to a lab. Jolie is there, showing him everything that's been going on. And I forgot to mention, in between this, Jolie handed him a matchbox with a giant moth in it. I was like, oh, okay.
That's cool. Nice. Very romantic.
Yeah, thank you. There's a chimpanzee, once again, Not a monkey. Not a monkey. In a cage, which we get a monkey line. Monkey see, monkey do.
Wait, wasn't it a baboon?
Was it a baboon in this
I think
one?
it was a baboon. So I think it was a monkey.
Was it a baboon? Yeah, I think you're right. I think you might be right. It might have been a baboon.
Yeah.
Now I got to rewatch it.
Yep.
Damn it.
We'll be right back.
Yep. All right, we're back.
And it was
in fact a
parrot.
Giraffe. A giraffe parrot. Very crazy
off,
breed.
Yeah.
In fact, a parrot. That's what I think they're called. They're in a freezer. One of the cyborgs that blew up is talking with Jolie, telling her she's next. And then we find out that there's a liquid explosive in her body, and she's basically a human bomb act. And the television then tells them that they have to run like hell. And they're now being chased. A cyborg is hiding in the shadows. She's like watching over them. Jolie takes out the dudes, the security soldiers, whatever you want to call them, like it was nothing. A soldier walks out behind Colt, and he takes him out. They're riding in an elevator. Guys are coming down the elevator shaft shooting at them. They break the floor out of the elevator and they take off. More guys are shooting. There's back and forth shooting. A guy falls down the shaft. They escape, climb some fence, and there's a lot of barrels everywhere. And they find a random TV. Somehow Angelina turns it on. She plugs it into herself, yeah. And we see that glass shadow has been activated. And
you get to see some stellar acting from Angelina Jolie. Crosses her eyes.
What's going on?
I've been activated.
Activate. And Mercy's like, I was afraid of this. It was basically a safety fail system. So they're throwing out a signal, and they have to get some wheels. And that's when he tells them he's Mercy. We see the main head honcho is riding in the elevator. The cyborg later that was watching opens the top of the elevator for whatever reason and is talking to him, and he basically tells her to track them. She's the first, Angelina that is, the first cyborg to escape on human reasoning. They want to enlist a man that has experience, suggesting Master Daniel Bench. We see some woman in a bath while a dude is pinching and squeezing at his face in a mirror. He says he's an equal opportunity killer, and he agrees to do the job after a little bit of negotiation between the two of them. And the cabinet or whatever, what do you call those around the table?
Oh,
the board of directors.
Yeah,
the board. Thank you. Jolie is going alone into some place, tells Colt to wait in the alley. Colt has like an old school pickup truck. I mean, old, like from the 40s or 50s. Yeah. He backs up into a random warehouse. She's looking for wild card. Guy tells her to follow him. There's a bunch of crazy stuff happening. People doing drugs. A bunch of naked women are walking around, hanging around, all looking high on drugs. The tracker, Bench, is now looking. Mercy contacts the guy, tells him that they probably have a tracker on him now, right after it shows him trying to look for them. Back to Jolie, she talks to some woman, some fortune teller, asks how much time do I have, and then for whatever reason breaks her hand and then takes out her guard. I really didn't understand that scene, to be honest with you. Did you?
I think they were trying to kill her for her parts or something when she said she had a lot of energy or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why was she even seeing this fortune teller to begin with?
I don't know. Just to show more of the world that they're around.
Yeah,
in,
I guess so.
suppose.
Kind of be like, this is the next Blade Runner, right?
Yeah.
Jolie then smokes a dude in the face with a kick and takes off. Hey, buddy, got a light? It's the tracker. Pulls the gun on Colt, tells him to put on the cuffs, smashes his face into the wall. Colt tells her that she's gone. Please don't kill me. Bench is making him beg. He throws him in the building. Bench flashes the badge at the bouncer. The bouncer's like, you're no cop, and then he shoots him. Whoa. And then we have a dog that's a cyborg?
Yeah. It doesn't really play into the movie.
No, just like twice over. And then like later on in the movie, they take the dog, and then that's it. And then
it just seemed like something that had a bigger part in the script earlier and just got reduced and reduced. And it was just like a vestige in the plot.
No, we don't have any more budget for this.
Dog can't talk now, so we'll just have the dog bark.
Oh, oh, oh. You're right, Lassie. She is
what's that, boy?
Yeah. Jolie is looking for Colt when the other cyborg comes out of nowhere and basically lassos Jolie around the neck and swings her all over the place. Like that was crazy.
Yeah, it took that lasted for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was a 100-foot long rope. They're swinging in between buildings. It was like Spider-Man, except it was around her neck. The guys are waiting for whatever reason, and then Bench says he has sensitive skin when it gets dark. It gets infected. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, I don't know if they'd revealed at this point. His face was melted.
Yeah, they didn't reveal till later. Yeah, with another cyborg. It was battery acid. She threw it in his face, so he had to get plastic surgery. And then he just is totally all weird about his face now. He shoots Colt with the third eye to help him see into the future. Really weird. He shot him right in the eye. I was like, wow.
It would just be the regular eye then, you'd think.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So he's going to join him in some peaceful slumber. That was weird to me too.
Yeah.
So the cyborg has Jolie disconnected. Like, I mean, her head is
the classic,
Yeah. She can't remove the bomb, but she says the detonator isn't active now. She's like, so when it runs to 0, it shouldn't do anything, but she can activate it if she wants. And she's like, no, please don't. She tells her where the partner is and that she'll guarantee safe passage out of the country. So the cyborg, if Jolie tells the cyborg where Colt is, she guarantees a safe passage. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so, Tim. Colt tries to pick his handcuffs as the tracker sleeps. He does. He gets out of it, but the tracker is faking sleep. He's watching him through the thing he shot in his eye. It's very interesting. I was like, oh, okay, that's a bit of sci-fi. So the third eye really was basically like, hey,
just a tracking camera.
Yeah, exactly. Jolie is looking at statues now. We see that she's in an old museum. There's dinosaur bones that are missing. They're all like just the feet and the pelvis are standing. That's it.
Being used for cyborg dinosaurs, I'm assuming.
Oh, I hope so. What was that cartoon? The Cyborg Dinos or whatever? The people riding on the dinosaurs.
Oh, that was Dino Riders.
Dino Riders.
That cartoon was the shit.
Yes.
It's our next podcast, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Just another one to add to the list.
Oh, yeah.
She notices the tracker. She just basically tells Colt to stand in the dark if he's looking at anything. And he tells her, she's like, so this is the real world? He's like, yeah, it seems to be beautiful a long time ago. They have a serious talk back and forth and kiss, and the tracker shows up in the shadows. Then the cyborg shows up in the shadows. They fire shots back and forth at each other. Long time no see, Danny. I heard a cyborg almost did you in. And that's when we find out battery acid to his face. She then shoots a glass panel at him and cuts him up in the face. And he flips out. And then they're in a nuclear family exhibit, which is pretty funny. And the lady cyborg hunter starts fighting Jolie and Colt. What's worse, cyborg envy or human envy? Penis envy? She gets mad and beats up Colt after that. She gets kicked by Jolie into an electrical box and fries.
Yeah, and that's it.
And then she pulls herself apart, and we see that she confirms she's a cyborg.
Yeah, it was weird because she's kicking their ass the entire time, and then I got kicked in an electrical box.
Oh no, I'm donezo. Bench follows. They reach a sewer place. Do you have a reservation? The guy says. And for whatever reason, they're approved. They walk up the sewer to some Fallout-looking place. They're looking for mercy. The guy that opens up the sewer grate for him and is talking. He has no legs, and he's talking to him, which a little bit of a sneak peek. Cyborg 3. I'm pretty sure that guy's in Cyborg 3.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. Which you'll see. I already watched it. You haven't watched it yet.
Hell yeah.
So I'm excited for you to review that one with me. They walk into a place with a bunch of clocks ticking. It's a bunch of TVs with a bunch of clocks on them. And it's another like snuff fight, basically what they said. And this time around, the blade is your ticket. 2 go in, 1 comes out. And then we see the head honchos are all talking with Bench. He now says retrieval is not an option. They mutilated him, so he wants to kill him. They're like, you're off the case. You touched them. We'll have your license. And he just like flips out.
Starts screaming and laughing. Yeah. And they're all like, oh.
Yeah. Like, uh-oh, what did we get ourselves into?
This guy's a little unstable.
Yeah. We really should take away his license no matter what after this. Mercy is telling Jolie basically they'll only have a little bit of time together, kind of the whole the philosophy thing, especially when you're like,
someone's immortal.
Yeah, you watch the people die around you. And then we find out a little bit about Mercy, actually. She pulls that, or the doctor or whatever, pulls that camera bullet from Colt's eye. That was like,
after injecting him with like 8 ounces of blue tropical punch or something.
Yeah,
like,
man.
It's like there's no air cleared out of the syringe or anything.
Yeah, nope. Yep. Here you go, bud. We find that Mercy was rebuilt from parts, cyborg parts, kind of like Deathlock a little.
Yeah. He was a war hero,
yeah,
admiral or something in the Navy.
Then he talks about his wife, who's now gone, and he's still alive. And then we get some boobies. Angelina Jolie is naked.
Yeah.
Colt gives her a ring while she kisses him. Meanwhile, Mercy is looking at a photo of his wife as the others make love. He holds the picture to his heart, and Jolie rides Colt.
And he watches the entire time, presumably.
You know, you would think so, but he's just looking out the window.
Yeah.
Trying to picture it,
He's probably recording it.
Yeah, oh, definitely, man. If he has TVs everywhere, he totally is. I was like, that lasted actually pretty long, that scene.
Yeah, very long.
And it's time to rumble. So after they're all done, they're cuddling, Mercy's like, all right, I give you enough of the hanky-panky. It's time to rumble. Soldiers all take off. Mercy tells them everything they need to know. They have a certain time for a certain place when they have to reach another place. He's getting ready for the fight. Colt is, that is. The tracker Bench is already there. And the dude, the one that we talked with, the vampire teeth, he's telling them all the rules, and he's laughing and just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
I can't even do this guy any justice.
No one could.
You gotta see it. Jolie takes off to a phone booth. The tracker is peeling bandages from his face. Colt is getting ready for a fight, and it looks like it's going to be against Bench. Dun, dun, dun. The first round ends between the two. It was decent back and forth. Maybe the tracker took it if I was a judge. I don't know. Second round, another good back and forth. Tracker grabs a wood board. Colt's about to get his face bladed, but he smashes Tracker's face into the wall. End of that round. We get to the third round. Tracker has a knife knuckle duster. Stabs Colt. The weird Asian guy tells Jolie not to interfere or else there's no ambassador or whatever. He won't take him to the place. Colt shoves Tracker's face into the blade. The soldiers come right at the end of that and break up all the fun. Everyone takes off. Jolie takes some dudes out. Colt gets shot in the leg. Then they get surrounded and they surrender. All of a sudden, the TV falls off a heap of garbage. Mercy tells them he only has one thing to say. Incoming. Explosions happen all around them. Jolie and Colt take off. Mercy comes out. You want to dine with the devil? You'll need a long spoon. He shoots these dudes with the grenade launcher, just lights them up.
So many catapult jumps in this.
Yeah, dude.
There's one where 2 of them were like bumped into each other from going in the alternate direction.
Yes. Yeah, man. Yes.
You can just hear the one guy going, oof.
Oof. Yep. Heard a Midwestern oop.
Yeah. Oop, watch out
sorry,
there.
Guy.
You're just trying to grab some ranch.
Well, let me just get past you a little bit there, bud. Mercy is captured. The head honcho is talking to him. He's like, oh, yeah, come watch me play my final card. This is Chen's detonator, 2,000-mile radius. Cash and Colt, you can kiss your asses goodbye. He detonates it, but then we find out the bomb's in the building, and Mercy kind of laughs, and it blows up. Now we're out in the desert, this little one-room house. They plant this small little baby palm tree, and then it's the future. Cash is really old.
Yeah, really fucking old.
Yeah,
this ending's like the ending of Zardoz, sort of.
I was going to say, it was like the grandpa in Texas Chainsaw Massacre old.
Like, he did look. He's like ancient.
Yeah,
he had like a long.
She's still looking young.
Yeah.
And the palm tree is all grown up, and that's it. That's the end.
Presumably, the palm tree is a cyborg too.
Yeah, totally. And then the dog comes out and kisses the palm tree, and makes love to it.
It's very tastefully done, though.
Yeah, man. So that was it. That was Cyborg 2, man. What a crazy film. What a crazy
Where
film.
to even begin when talking about this?
I was just going to say, I don't even know. There's no tagline for it.
How could there be?
Yeah, what would the tagline be?
The year is 2074. No one understands what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, is there a 1% or is it like 50-50?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, this movie, it had a lot of cool elements.
Yeah,
It had the cyberpunk motif, which was really cool.
Yeah.
Came out right around the same time as Johnny Mnemonic.
Mm-hmm.
And it's right up the same alley, except even worse.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
And
at least Johnny Mnemonic came out with an orange VHS cassette.
Yeah.
Man, so what would you give it on the split scale?
Oh, man.
This is so hard, dude. I don't know what to give it, to be honest with you.
I mean, I really enjoyed it, but it was...
The acting wasn't terrible.
No,
right?
it had Jack Palance in it, which totally made the movie watchable.
Oh, yeah, totally, man.
But the movie was a chore to watch for a long period of time. It was probably about a half an hour too long.
Oh, definitely.
The premise made sense. The plot itself didn't end up making any sense.
Yeah.
Because, we're going to have you fight in this weird propeller blade.
I know, that one made no sense at the tail end.
We're going to have you jump through this weird plastic drum garbage dumper. And all these weird scenarios that they had to keep going through.
Yeah.
And they never really explained what... I mean, they sort of explained, but they didn't really explain why Colt fell in love with Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, I know, right?
Sending all these cyborgs to the meat grinder.
Yeah. And I mean, it was basically an hour and 40 minutes to convince Angelina Jolie to show her boobs in a film. That's a very roundabout way to get Angelina Jolie to show her boobs to you guys. That's kind of crazy.
Playing the long game.
Yep.
I don't know. I guess I would give it maybe like a 5.5.
Yeah, totally. Still, I'm agreeing with you. 5.5. I think that's...
I mean, I don't regret watching it.
Oh, no, dude. No, definitely.
Especially with the bizarre lineage of Cyborg and its anthology, or I guess it's not an anthology because it was supposed to be a direct sequel.
Yeah, man.
Even though the world was pretty different in the first Cyborg. I don't know how... I can't remember what year it was the first Cyborg took place in, but the world obviously developed somewhat.
I think the first one took place around right now. Like 2017, I think it was.
So the first one was just post-apocalypse. The second one was the cyberpunk aftermath with mega corporations and...
Because even at that time, they're like, the cyborg will take over.
Yeah. Which is apparently just what happened, except for, I don't know, there's a board of directors. None of them were cyborgs.
No, not at all. The cyborgs didn't necessarily
they were really
take
the slaves.
over.
And, I mean, they took over all the jobs, but...
Yeah, cyborgs stealing our jobs. Make Wasteland great again. This was Angelina Jolie's third film, apparently.
Huh.
She was in Looking to Get Out in 1982 as Tosh Warner, so she must have played like...
That was a childhood
really
role.
Young. Yeah, man. Which was two gamblers must leave New York City after one loses a lot of money. Her dad was in it, John Voight.
That's where she got her start from.
Yeah. And then she has this awkward, rocky relationship with her father now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
she has an even
really
more awkward relationship with her brother, yeah.
I really love my brother right now. Okay.
I want to make out with him in front of
Oh, you really love your brother right now. You're not lying. Antonello Venditti, Alta Maria, 1990 video. I don't know what that... Oh, it was a music video for Alta Maria.
Oh.
Okay. So, I guess it is her second film in a way. So, there you have it with her. Yeah, 5.5. I agree with you. 5.5. That's a good rating.
Definitely, like, if you enjoyed Johnny Mnemonic, you'd probably get enjoyment out of this.
Yeah, definitely. Very, very...
It's definitely...
It's good for one watch, I think.
And, like, when it comes to cyberpunk films, there's not a lot to pick from.
Yeah, man.
I can't really think of any others besides this off the top of my head. I know there's a lot.
Oh, yeah, I know. We could sit there and actually probably, if we really put our heads together, and then win some awkward cyberpunk trivia. Trivia night featuring cyberpunk.
Yes.
What was the movie from Angelina Jolie? Oh, my time to shine. just listened to Jean-Claude Van Damme cast. All right, speaking of trivia, here we go. Of all of Angelina Jolie's films, this is rarely discussed. Jolie did discuss it briefly on Inside the Actors Studio in 2005. She said, "I did a fantastic B-movie. When host James Lipton asked if it was a happy experience, she replied, 'It was until I saw it.'" Angelina Jolie told the New York Times in 2001 about this movie, "After I saw it, I went home and got sick." The role of Chen was originally written for a man. After Karen Shepard successfully gained a chance to audition for the role, the producers changed the part to a woman, and Karen won the role. The film takes place decades after the original Cyborg. It was originally set to be directed by Marc Dessau and to be released by Cannon Films in 1991. Reese is a nod to Kyle Reese. Michael Baine's character from 1984 is the Terminator, which was about a cyborg from a post-apocalyptic future.
Guess that makes sense.
Angelina Jolie's first action movie. This film takes place in 2074. The film takes place decades after the original Cyborg, starring Jean-Claude Van Damme, Dale Hayden, and Vincent Kiln appear as Gibson Rickenbacker, Pearl Prophet, and Fender Tremolo. A flashback from archive footage of the first film, which is mentioned by Mercy. Elias Koteas is 14 years older than Angelina Jolie.
Ew.
Yeah, nasty. Disgusting. Okay, on to the quotes. Mercy, what's happening? Yeah, you. Just you and me. Colt 45. Mano a mano. This a joke? Guess not. Holy Christ. Dominus vobiscum et cum spiritu tuo. Who are you? I am the Word of God, Almighty. Satisfied? No. Yeah. No pleasing some. While arming himself to face corporate thugs, if you want to dine with the devil, you'll need a long spoon. Mercy, looks like you kissed the wrong ass goodbye. That was that was a good one. Mercy, remember that the difference between champ and chump is you.
I'm pretty sure just all these lines are going to be Mercy.
Yeah, pretty much. Mercy, I can throw a monkey in anybody's wrench. Mercy, Raju Patel eats the big one. Cash, don't get dead. And that's it. So, with that being said, up next, we have Cyborg 3 with Malcolm McDowell.
Yes.
Which, spoilers, he's only in it for like a handful of minutes.
Shocker.
Yep. And I really have to dig deeper into this because we know through our Cyborg reviews, the original,
our reconnaissance,
and
our hacking,
the director's cut, that there are a bunch of different cyborgs. So we got to make sure that we get all the correct ones and not just keep reviewing movies named Cyborg because there's a ton of them.
Yeah.
So yeah. Up next, Cyborg 3. That about wraps it up. Jeff, do you have anything else to say? Any closing thoughts on that?
I guess the one thing I took away that was one thing that was actually really well done in the film, Jack Palance was only actually in the movie for a couple minutes.
Yeah.
They did a very good job of making his lines stretch because he would just have a number of lines as he went out through the movie as a TV with a mouth.
Yep.
And he was the most memorable character in the film.
Yep. Yeah, definitely.
So it really just goes to show what you can do with which is basically a bit role. If the actor's good enough and you do it
right
in a novel enough way, it can really just carry the entire film.
Seriously, what a payday too, man.
Yeah.
You basically do voice narration and then
one scene.
You have two scenes.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
One, you're standing just basically on a pile of stuff.
Shooting a gun.
And the next one, you basically have handcuffs on and you tell someone to kiss some ass.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's what happens when you're Jack Palance and you've just done everything. And
seriously, dude. Yeah, you get that payday.
Hell yeah.
And it's about that time. I'm trying to, even though I already did all of our shameless self-promotion.
Oh, that was what that was? It was so seamlessly done.
Thank you. It was kind of like Jack Palance, in a way. Finally showing up for my last scenes here. No. Check out some of the other shows on the Pod Bros Network. We truly appreciate it. We all try to help each other out here. There's some great shows on there as well. If you like some of the other stuff, we have The Language of Bromance. Richard and Sean do a great improv comedy sketch show that's absolutely hilarious. They've been going for a while now. Just over 200 episodes, and each one's always funny. We also have FOMO Cast. Those guys, that's FOMO, fear of missing out. They basically review everything and anything that has to do with Netflix, movies, all the big pop culture stuff. Really fun stuff that's going on with that one. Check them out as well, and that's clean too, so you don't have to worry about. You can listen to that at work and not have to worry about swear words and stuff like that.
Unlike any podcast I am involved in.
Yeah, I know. I was just gonna say, I'm kind of half, I guess. Two of the shows
you're
are
raging half
clean. Yeah. And last but definitely not least, check out the qualifying round. It is a fun little game show that the host, Craig, he's also on X Perspective. He asked friends some fun little questions, basically questions from all different sorts of board games. And it's just fun, hilarity ensues, and you get to hear some personal, great, funny stories from people. And it's comes out once a month on the network, but man, it's good. All right, that about wraps it up. I am John.
And I am Jeff.
And you have been listening to another episode of the Jean Pod Van Damme cast.
I've been activated.
So tell me what's worse. Cyborg envy or human envy?
Penis envy? Huh?
Ah!